Good morning. I was just sitting here thinking, when it comes to life plan communities or continuing care retirement communities, there's probably 15 to 20 different combinations of residency contract options for prospects to choose from. And that doesn't necessarily mean all offered at one community or one location. At least I hope not, because that would be very overwhelming. But just in general, across the board or industry wide. And that's probably even on the low side. I mean, when you think about it, you've got everything from, say, a fee for service, sometimes called a type C. And that might be a traditional declining balance. It might be a 50% refundable. It might be 80% refundable, whatever the case may be. Then, of course, you've got modified fee for service, which some communities actually call modified life care. So there's a lot of confusion there. And that might be a 50% or 80 or 75% refundable, whatever. Then, of course, there's life care, but then there's also equalized life care, which is a little bit different and works a little bit more like a modified contract. And that might be a traditional declining balance or a 90% or 80% refundable, sometimes even 100% refundable in rare situations. This doesn't even get into all the other things, like certainly co-ops and equity. And then there's equity share, which is not a true equity contract, but it works kind of similar. And of course, rental retirement communities. All of this, by the way, is only within the life plan industry. It doesn't even get into the confusion around all the other options. People don't even understand sometimes the difference between a life plan community and the rental community down the road. And by the way, I'm not saying one's better than the other. Everybody's situation is different. But the point I'm making here is that there is so much confusion. Now, I've never spent a day in your shoes. I'm not a marketing director and I never have been. But I do know this. I have talked with hundreds and hundreds of consumers over the years, both in my role previously as an advisor and now at myLifeSite through emails that we get and Q&As at marketing events and folks that follow our blog and so forth and so on. And I know that one of the biggest stumbling blocks that people have to making a decision is just understanding the different options that are out there. That's really half the battle. So you've got the broader industry and all the different options. And then you've got within that where life plan communities fit, how they fit, and then the nuance within the life plan industry itself. So until people understand this, until they can kind of break this down, it's going to be tough for them to get to a decision point. You've got to have a process where people understand and have more clarity around these things and the trade-offs and the distinctions from one type to another. And the most important thing, I think, is remembering that what we understand in the industry, most people out there don't understand. And that's not a criticism on them. In fact, it's a criticism to the industry for making it so complicated. But if we're using, terminology like, oh, we're a modified or we're a life care or we're a life plan, most people don't know what that means. So you have to have a way to explain that very succinctly and very simply in a way that they can understand it so that they can then make a more educated decision. So just something to think about this morning. Certainly, there are things here at myLifeSite perhaps that we can help you in that process or in those conversations with your prospects. So reach out and let me know if you'd like to have a conversation about it. Thanks.